What's going on, my friends? My name is Joe, and today we're going to be showing you how to 3-star the last Town Hall 13 challenge. Now, as you can see, I've already 3-starred it, and the name of this challenge really kind of insinuates that we might see Town Hall 14 in the next update. I don't really know, but I mean, why would you name it that, right? So let's go ahead and hit attack, and one of the cool things about these challenges is that there is no time limit, so we can take our time, and I'm not going to make this overly complicated or heavily technical. We're just going to do it the same exact way that I 3-starred it before. Now, it might be a little intimidating for you because there's 2 Archer Queens, 2 Royal Champions, 2 Barbarian Kings, and 1 Grand Warden. Now, both of these entryways have 4 hidden Teslas on both sides. And then on the upper left and the lower right, there are skeleton traps lining this entire wall. So you just can't really go in here and spam everything and hope for the best. Well, maybe you can. I don't really know. But let's go ahead and start with step 1. So step 1 would be dropping the 2 lightning spells and weakening these defenses over here in the single target. Most of this attack will be queen walking, but we're going to start out with a royal champion, and we're going to use an invisibility spell to protect our royal champion, allow her to take out these defenses. And one of the cool things is that you can make mistakes and still be successful. Let's go ahead and use her ability to do damage to those multi-targets, and then she's going to go over and target the air defense, and then she's going to go down here. Let's go ahead and make that royal champion invisible, and then she's going to go the other way because we made the we took her off target, but it's all good. We can play off of this, right? Now, you've already seen that we found some skeleton traps. Let's go ahead and use the queen over here, and the royal champion is going to take out one of those multi-target inferno towers. Let's drop our healers with our archer queen, and like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a lot of queen walking. Let's go ahead and drop a poison spell because of all these skellies and help this queen out because the beams from the multi-target are locked onto our healers. Now, we're going to drop our Barbarian King over in this entryway, and we're going to use his ability immediately. Now, we're going to drop our Grand Warden next. We're going to drop a freeze spell on that single target, and let's release a rage spell and turn the queen into a wall breaker. So she is going to start playing wall breaker, drop another freeze spell on the single target to freeze the super Valkyries and give this queen some time to clear them out, as well as taking on the single target. Looking pretty good. Now, you're going to notice that the king was able to pull the healers out of the clan castle, and we're going to let this queen work for a little bit, and we're trying to preserve our spells and manage them wisely. So this queen is going to eliminate various buildings, and as she gets ready to go into the king, let's go ahead and drop another rage spell and a headhunter, and the headhunter is going to go in and help this queen take down the Barbarian King, and then she's going to step up and start working on healers. Let's allow her to clear the healers, and we're not going to drop any additional spells. Remember, we can take our time here. We don't have to rush through this or anything. So she's going to work on each individual healer. This is going to take a little while, so we're going to let that work. And then we got an archer queen sitting right here. So we're going to drop another rage spell. Let's release another headhunter. And do we need to use a freeze spell? I don't think we do. No, we don't. We're good. All right, so she's going to take out the town hall as well as another hidden Tesla, and then she's going to go into a Barbarian King. Now, the headhunters don't really last a long time. Maybe I could do that better. I don't really know, but it doesn't really matter. We're going after each individual building. We got plenty of rage spells to get the job done as well as free spells. And again, this is mostly queen walking, so if you understand how to queen walk, this will be very easy to you. So let's go ahead and drop, you know what? Maybe we can drop a balloon. Let's drop a balloon here to look for or pull the beam from the single target. And she's going to go after the wizard tower. Let's go ahead and rage her up. And let's go ahead and freeze these defenses. There we go. She's going to cut back inside. She's going to go after that single target. And then she's going to go after the altar, the cannon, down into the multi-targets. We still have the warden's ability and the queen's ability, so we're good to go there. And all we really have left here is a single target on the back side of the village. I don't even know if we're going to need to use any more spells after this. The queen's going to take on the cannon, go up into the gold storage. She's going to continue to proceed further. Let's go ahead and use the warden's ability now to protect her. She's going to go into the single target, eliminate it, and then I guess we could use her ability or we could just swag it, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. She's going to eliminate the rest of the buildings from here, and that's pretty much it. This is all downhill. All the defenses are gone, and we had a rage spell left over and 2 freeze spells that we did not need to use in this attack. So I'm sure there's going to be other varieties of how to take down this village with a lot of swag, but remember, at the end of the day, all you have to do is take your time. Now, I must warn you, if you drop your troops on this side of the village, all those skellies will tie up your king and slow everything down, and then you have to remember those hidden Teslas, and then there were air traps over where where the hidden Teslas were located, but that's how you 3-star the last Town Hall 13 challenge. All right, now that we've knocked out the 3-star of that challenge and you got to see what you clicked the video for, now we're going to take a look at some of the technical aspects of the attack. And I want to point out some reasons why I dropped the heroes where I dropped them. When we look at this army, we got 5 healers, 2 headhunters, and 2 balloons. Nothing screams queen walk like that to me. I mean, that's just what I see when I look at this army. Now, I want to show you why I did not walk up through this little corridor right here. For those of you that haven't figured this out yet, you're going to find out the hard way. There are 3 seeking air mines sitting in this hole. So if you think about that, when you come down through here with a queen walk, that's 3 healers dead. You can't walk on 2 healers. The minimum amount of healers that you can go on a queen walk with would be the 4. So you got to have 4 healers to do a queen walk. And obviously when you lose 3, that's pretty much it. So anyways, that's why we didn't come through there with the queen walk. Now, since these 2 hidden Teslas are sitting here, this will change the Royal Champion's pathing altogether. So remember, we came in at the beginning of the attack with the Royal Champion, and we did a lightning and a lightning, and then we dropped the invisibility spell on the Royal Champion. Now, you got to be sure not to touch the defenses with the invisibility spell, or she will bypass them altogether. So she's going to take out that single target, but now she's going to go after the heroes. And you also got to remember, when you're dropping that second invisibility spell, if you can capture that queen, the Royal Champion will not target that queen. So these are some things that you got to take into consideration if you're having a really hard time mimicking what you saw in the previous attack. Now, when it came to the Barbarian King coming down through this little channel right here, you might have been questioning that. You're like, why did he do that? It doesn't make any sense. Well, we got to think about the single target here. So the queen did the queen walk down this little portion right here, and we have to take into consideration that this single target can reach the archer queen. And so the archer queen gets that beam locked onto her, which causes us to have to use multiple freeze spells to keep her alive. So instead, I chose to drop the Barbarian King and use his ability, which causes multiple barbarians to spawn and gives the single target various targets instead of just the Barbarian King. Now, the Barbarian King stays alive just long enough to pull all the clan castle troops out, which happened to be about, I think I counted about 10 healers. I could be wrong. And then don't count out the 2 super Valkyries that come out of there as well. So if you're queen walking and you're not paying attention, those 2 super Valkyries will cause your queen to have a lot of problems. You're gonna have to use a freeze spell or use a rage spell. So that's why we chose to use the Barbarian King. Now, as the base sits, I don't think we're gonna be able to do this. I don't know, maybe we can. Let's see. Let's go ahead and drop the queen over here, and then we're going to find all those skeleton traps. This is another problem when it comes to dropping your Barbarian King over here. We have to take that into consideration, and you'll see that the raged barbarians are going to target the queen, which is going to cause the queen to have to use her ability. So again, this is why we went through the sequence of events that we did in the last attack, and I think you got a pretty good idea at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this attack, and we're going to put out our final information in regards to the events. Make sure you check that events tab, because we have special offers, and we also have the return of Hammer Jam, which is all main village building upgrade costs are reduced by 50%. Oh my goodness, that is music to my ears at Town Hall 12 in our Town Hall 12 free-to-play series. Now, some side notes in regards to Hammer Jam, unfortunately, is the fact that the builder base, the hero upgrade, and the lab research upgrade costs remain unaffected. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do a bunch of cheap hero upgrades or cheap lab upgrades. I mean, come on, you know, they wouldn't give it to us. But anyways, with the return of that, there's been 2 other times that we've seen that Hammer Jam in the past. We had Hammer Jam right before Town Hall 12's release in 2018, and we also had Winter Jam right before the release of Town Hall 13 in 2019. So that doesn't scream Town Hall 14's coming. I don't know what else will. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, if you are working on the free-to-play series just like I am, this is a good time to knock out your walls at a reduced cost of what, 2.5 million, I think it's going to be for walls. That's super duper cheap for Town Hall 12 walls. Why not knock them out? Or knock out your Inferno Towers, your Eagle Artillery, or those Expos when they're super duper cheap. Just something to think about, guys. Now, unfortunately, that does not affect the time of those upgrades, but again, we'll find out. This is the developer build, so I don't really know what's going to happen in the game until this information is released live. And I think that's going to finish us up for today, guys. Hopefully, you got something out of today's video, and if you enjoyed today's content, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you have not done so already, and if you like watching us quite regularly, turn on those notifications. Now, if you need any additional video support, or you would like to see my Town Hall 12 free-to-play series or my Town Hall 9 in 2021 series, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.